Remember those grainy VHS tapes of OVAs? Or maybe you only know anime from a sleek streaming app? What if I told you the journey from one to the other completely revolutionized how you experience your favorite shows? This isn't just a history lesson. It's a deep dive into the hidden forces that shaped every frame you've ever loved, from the obscure OVAs of yesteryear to the blockbuster series dominating your screens right now. Join us as we uncover the untold story of anime's dramatic evolution. The dawn of OVA niche beginnings. Our story begins in the 1980s, an era defined by a boom in both technology and Japan's economy. The widespread adoption of the VCR created a new market for home entertainment that was so massive it became a necessity for the anime industry. This led to a distribution model known as original video animation, or OVA. The term direct-to-video often carried a stigma of low quality in the West, but in Japan, it was a creative imperative. OVAs bypassed the strict censorship and time slots of television, giving creators the freedom to explore more mature, violent, or politically complex themes. This was the era that gave us classics like Bubblegum Crisis, a futuristic superhero series heavily inspired by Hollywood films like Blade Runner and Streets of Fire. It also produced Patlabor, which pioneered the real robot genre, where mechs weren't fantastical fighting machines but grounded industrial tools used for construction and policing. This era of speculative, artist-driven projects fostered a dedicated, import-savvy community and laid the groundwork for future growth. Next came the DVD. This new format was a game-changer, making anime widely accessible and affordable in a way that VHS never could. This was the golden age of American localization companies, many of which were founded by passionate fans themselves. Companies like AD Vision, or ADV Films, and Funimation built their business model on a high-risk gamble. They would pay an upfront fee to license a title from a Japanese rights holder, betting that physical DVD sales would be enough to make a profit. The DVD era was also defined by a contentious debate: subs versus dubs. While sub purists valued the original Japanese performances, English dubs were instrumental in expanding anime's audience beyond the dedicated niche. Early dubs were often notorious for censorship and plot alterations, with shows like Cardcaptor Sakura and Ghost Stories being heavily edited to appeal to different demographics. But as the market matured, the quality of dubs improved, paving the way for more respectful adaptations that fueled anime's visibility in Western markets. The piracy pandemic and early digital woes. As the DVD era reached its peak, a new, technologically driven force emerged. The fan community, always a step ahead, began creating fan subs, fan-produced translated and subtitled versions of anime. These were distributed digitally through peer-to-peer file-sharing services, filling a critical timing gap that official releases couldn't match. While American DVDs took months or even years to arrive, fansubbers could offer new episodes within hours of their Japanese broadcast. For the industry, this was a catastrophic financial threat. A study by a Japanese anti-piracy group estimated losses of up to 2.2 trillion yen to piracy in 2022. Yet, many fans argued that a pirated download was not a lost sale, as they would never have paid for the content anyway, especially if it was unavailable legally. The industry's initial response was clumsy and limited, with early legal services like the Anime Network having limited reach and eventually ceasing its linear broadcast. The streaming revolution, a new global paradigm. The shift to a streaming-first model marks the most dramatic transformation yet. The solution to the piracy problem came not from a traditional media company, but from a former pirate site itself, Crunchyroll. After a pivotal investment in 2008, Crunchyroll began to transition to a legal model, pioneering the simulcast, a model that strings episodes within approximately 24 hours of their Japanese broadcast. This innovation directly addressed the timing gap that had fueled piracy, and it became the new industry standard. This success attracted global streaming giants like Netflix, which brought massive budgets and a new set of business practices. Their adoption of the binge release model, while popular with audiences, has created immense pressure on production studios to deliver entire seasons at once. According to one director, this has forced animators to adopt unhealthy work habits and has exacerbated labor shortages. And it's also led to a debate among fans. Is the influx of international money leading to safer and less experimental content, moving away from the bold storytelling of the past? The evolution from OVA to streaming isn't just a change in technology. It's a story of survival, fan passion, and a continuous dance between commerce and art. It's a truly dramatic evolution, and it's still happening right now. What do you think is next? Let me know in the comments.